Ever feel like deciphering real estate reports requires, like, a secret decoder ring?
Haha, right.
Yeah, it can feel that way sometimes.
Totally.
But luckily, we're fluent in real estate here. And today, we're diving deep into Michael Linton's Crystal Lake market analysis for August 2024.
Buckle up. It's an interesting one.
It is. So no need for jargon today, just the good stuff.
Just the facts.
First up is this month supply of inventory, currently sitting at a mind-boggling 1.67 months. So essentially, if no new listings magically appear,
Poof.
exactly, poof, every single house in Crystal Lake would be gone in less than 2 months.
That's incredibly tight, like really tight.
Yeah, you said it.
A balanced market, you're usually looking at around 6 months of inventory, give or take.
So what you're saying is Crystal Lake is screaming seller's market right now.
Yeah. It's practically shouting it from the rooftops. This low inventory means sellers have the upper hand, no question. And to add another layer here, this trend isn't unique to Crystal Lake.
Oh, really?
No, we're seeing this low inventory issue in markets across the country, which just adds fuel to the fire.
So not exactly a buyer's market, got it. And it looks like things are only getting more, well, competitive, I guess you could say. The report mentions a negative 2.34% change in inventory over the past year.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
So break it down for me. What does this actually tell our listeners?
It's simple, really. That negative sign, that's the kicker. It tells us the pool of available homes is shrinking, and shrinking fast. Buyers really need to be ready to act quickly in this kind of market.
So we're talking pre-approvals, knowing your limits, and maybe even, dare I say it, getting comfortable with the idea of going above asking price.
You absolutely dared to say it, and you're right, that's often the reality in a market this competitive.
Wow, okay. Speaking of acting fast, this next stat is frankly kind of wild. The report says the median days on market is a mere 10 days. 10. Is that even possible?
10 days is lightning fast. In a more balanced market, homes might be listed for 30, 60, even 90 days. But 10, that's almost unheard of. It really just goes to show how quickly things are moving in Crystal Lake. Buyers really need to be ready to jump on opportunities as soon as they arise.
So what we've learned so far, low inventory equals crazy fast sales. Got it. Now, onto this list to sold price percentage. It's currently at 100.6%. Seems like a tiny detail, right?
I mean, numerically,
Right.
yeah.
So explain it to me like I'm 5. What's the significance of this seemingly small percentage?
That tiny percentage over 100% is actually a big deal. It tells us that in many cases, buyers are finding themselves in bidding wars, often having to offer more than the asking price to secure a property. This isn't always the case, of course, but it's a trend we're seeing more and more in markets like Crystal Lake right now. It really underscores the advantageous position sellers find themselves in.
Okay, so buyers, get those checkbooks ready because it sounds like you might need to bring your A game to snag your dream home in Crystal Lake. And speaking of money, the median sold price in the report is $372,500. That's not chump change. What does this number tell us about the Crystal Lake market?
Well, that $372,500 serves as a really good data point for anyone eyeing Crystal Lake. It suggests that properties there hold their value quite well, which is amplified by the current high demand. Of course, determining whether that price is high or low really depends on a whole bunch of other factors that we don't have in this specific report. Things like historical trends, how have prices moved over the past few years, and comparable markets, how does Crystal Lake stack up against similar areas? Those are all key pieces of the puzzle.
So to wrap this up, it seems pretty clear that if you're thinking about selling, Crystal Lake is the place to be. Low inventory, crazy fast sales, and even a bit of a bidding war vibe going on. You've got it. But here's a question to ponder, something for everyone listening to think about. What's driving this insatiable demand in Crystal Lake? Is it the schools, the job market, or maybe a larger lifestyle shift we're seeing across the country? It's a bit of a mystery. This report is a fantastic starting point, but the real fun is in digging deeper and uncovering those underlying reasons.
Absolutely. All right, everyone, until next time, happy house hunting.
And happy selling.